Dwight, where were you on 9/11?
I was in my office in Brooklyn, in the Chelsea district of Manhattan. I take the F train station, get off at 23rd Street. My office was 25 West 25th Street, and my office had a direct view of the Twin Towers. That morning, I was the first one to the office, so you unlock security and all that other fun stuff. And as I get in, the phone's ringing. And this is at a time when we had receptionists. So I go into my office, punch the buttons to tap into the system, and I get the voice. I hear the voice of a very worried woman on the other end. She's asking where her daughter was, and who is the receptionist. I said, well, I'm the first one in. What's going on? She said, didn't you see? Plane crashed into the World Trade Tower. I go look down, and I see this black gaping hole near the top of World Trade Center, framed in flames. So the first plane had already hit. And I'm going, I will tell her as soon as she comes in to give you a phone call. Okay, at that point, I'm going on to the other offices, turning on the radios, to the news stations, find out what's going on. And of course, it's just all confusion. Reporters are just, everybody just doesn't know what's going on. They're just saying, hey, an airplane crashed. Co-workers start coming in, and we're all looking around at each other, and I open up, I also had the fire escape door in my office. So I unlocked that, opened it up so we had an even bigger view so everyone could really see what was going on. Phones are starting to ring. I answer one of the calls, incoming calls. A co-worker who lived in New Jersey said, what's going on? The PATH trains, that's the light rail system, New Jersey to New York City, they shut down all the trains. They said, no trains are coming into Manhattan. And I said, well, I described what I was seeing, and that apparently a plane had crashed into one of the towers. And I'm looking at it, as I'm describing to Dinah, the co-worker from New Jersey. Suddenly, boom! The other plane, which came in from the south, rammed it, and there was this gigantic explosion. Fire, gasoline, and everything just erupted. And I went, Dinah, I don't think you should come into the office. Then I hung up, and I immediately called my mom back in Devil's Lake, because I knew that she's going to be hearing these reports, and she's going to be thinking the worst. Well, fortunately, none of us were anywhere. I mean, I was the closest, and I was, you can see it,
Right.
Far enough away that that's not going to be a problem. So I called up. My mom was at work at the nursing home, so I left a message on her answering machine saying, Mom, just want to let you know we're all okay. None of us are anywhere close to what's happening down at the World Trade Center, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I will call you when we have a chance later today. And it was a very good thing that I did that, because half hour later, all the phone lines shut down.
Oh, man, yeah.
Okay, so we're just looking in shock and everything, and at varying points, I'm seeing these little things fall down from the World Trade Center. And it was only later that I learned in newspaper reports, those were people jumping out of the building, falling to their death.
Before it crumbled and burned them. Yeah.
And then we see one tower go down. And then we see the second tower go down. By this time, I mean, it's just absolute chaos. Rudy Giuliani issues the statement, basically martial law, and orders everyone who doesn't live in Manhattan to evacuate. Subway, the subway system and buses all free. Go home. Leave now. Everyone who does not live in Manhattan has to go. And it was all one way. I'll get into that. So we're all in shock. We go, you go into the subway, everyone is quiet. No one's saying a word. We're just looking at each other, just
in awe, just in awe.
Okay, so I get home. We had a dog at that time. She's the only one who was thrilled all two pieces because she said, "Hey, Master's home, wee, oh boy!" And so I leash Jasmine, the dog, walk into the park, and I'm seeing paper strewn everywhere, all over the place. And I'm going, "What the hell is going on here?" It's like, And so I reach down and pick up an envelope. Return address, One World Trade Center. We were downwind of the the attack, and this huge cloud of dust and debris with blue paper. So I wound up, and my brother did too, because he works in Prospect Park. I'll explain that later. I picked up a handful of mementos.
Yeah.
And I just went, sometimes being a witness to history isn't all that nice of a thing.
Yeah, how about that?
So that's my World Trade Center story.
Thank you. That's awesome.
That's, yeah.
For sharing that.
Okay.
I don't think I know anybody else who
Who had
was here.
even close to experiencing it. It was so Dwight. It was so remote and distant for us.
Oh yeah.
It was like a movie.